Collective energy reading. Please only take what resonates. Always only leave the rest for the best. Don't stress. You could be seeing those rotten tooth, those rotten friends, 7 of fire that was blocking you, determined to block you, causing illusions, confusions of mind. You are gaining insight about this fire sign. This fire sign could have been getting blocked with people within their community. The challenges, you can see those overcoming these challenges, bridging those gaps. You can see they was determined. You can see it's that resisting, that strength, that willness. You can see, you know, when you got that ego and your pride, you have to let it go. You can see what you inherited, stress, anxiety. Now they're in their mind thinking, gaining that insight. But you know, when you're blocking yourself from love, you see it's that first sip. He risks. They could have been risking and resisting, about sipping, IP. They could be on the IP, take it all as it resonates. You see in these rituals, it was a pause, you get clarity. You have to have nourishment. That's when you connect into your heart, your feelings, those emotions, connecting, understanding, using those intuitions, sensitive, nurturing one's mind, one heart. You're connecting to those cosmos. You're divinely guided. You're looking at those elements. You are that fifth one. You see, when you got that earth, you have to ground yourself, be practical, nurture, caring, kind, protecting, speak the truth, trust your gut feelings, listen, speak, listen to communication skills, the way are you learning, reading, writing, even when you're on computer, Google. When you're lacking information, Google it. Seek knowledge, show thyself approved. That's where you got that passion. You can see it's that power to be creative in a different way. You got virtues. You're going through those virtues and you're understanding. You're looking at that readiness. You can see when you're reading, you're looking at the lines, ritual, Rita. You see that rule, Rue, teal, that blue, that introspection. You're grounding, bridging those gaps, understanding. People got social awareness of you, us, that clear, that air, that art. When you're moving, you're creating, you're speaking, you've got that clarity. It's the truth to be told. Rita, Laura, Claire. Take this all as it resonates. You got that nourishment, because when you got to nurture yourself, you see the things what was meant for you. It may not be for other people. When you're gaining that clarity, they may be spiritually blocked, mentally. You listen to that spirit. You got that oneness. That's where you can see. You connect to your masculine energy, gain authority, structures of yourself, firm foundations, grounded, stable. You got that introspection to be able to release these emotions. You see things from different perspectives. You got that clear vision of thought. Take this all as it resonates. As you can see in that daily rhythm, when you're looking at the celestial, that's perspectiveness, like the moon, that lunar, the eclipse. When you see those emotions, you listen to that intuition, you're releasing those thoughts and those feelings. He sells, style. They can see certain people try to style you the way you was acting. Even when you got these structures and you're out and you're socializing, people see you and you move into those ventures, even with those emotions. You can see because you got that aura. Your aura is bright, it shines, that light, you got that clarity. You listen to the spirits, the divine, those birds, your ancestors, the spiritual guides, provide you with that wisdom, that knowledge to give grounded. You're able to make those positive changes, see things from different perspectives, introspections, perspectives, like of the mind, the thoughts, the body. That's when you're unable to be able to wonder. You're seeing in solitude, in that oneness, you get connected to that divine. You see you got that inspiration. It's that passion within inside of you. It's energy, it flows. It's that light. You are that light bearer. Even when you have to bridge gaps and you're connecting to that divine, you see it's introspection. And you can see it was a purpose, the way people perceive things to be. You was active, respective. You see when you had that respect. Power, money, power, respect. People was out there wanting that money, power, respect. You uphold that money, power, respect, that spiritual money, that spiritual power, that spiritual respect. When the leaf breaks, so you see those motions breaking, people be breaking down now, because you see introspection. All those friends, those family members that thought it was great, that they was out there acting and performing in front of others, or because they wanted that leadership. They had these habits, or because of their insecurities. Now you can see those insecurities. It's releasing those emotions. You had to release what was necessary for you, what didn't serve your highest good, what enabling you. The moon, those people that had those eclipses, the moons, the lip, they're hiding. When they was trying to block you, your frame of mind, you had to cleanse. You can see when they was vulnerable, they wanted you to be vulnerable. You had to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. You seen when it was that avoidable truth. You had to release those emotions about your divine feminines, your masculines. You seen when they was determined to block you. You had to be grounded, all because they had insecurities, cancer, mother, father figures. These are family, friends. That's because you was loyal, they was selfish around you, just to be around you, to put you down, to make you not have that introspection. You can see where they have this ego. You had to balance that physical as well as the mental. They was running for like, you had that psychic ability. They didn't see. You seen the mysteries to the things that was unknown when people was trying to block you. You see when it was verbal and they were speaking these lies and the call and the clauses when people was posing and those even when you was posting things on social media, you was around family members and friends. You see the way how they was acting, the intentions that they had. They wasn't connected the way how you was. Lionel, Tina, Tion, Emma. You was able to release it. You seen it was like ease. You let go. You had the mind, body, the soul. You had to connect. Trust. You got feelings. You could see when people was blocking you from the mind, releasing receipts. You could see these messages about people who was sending messages, taking that action, or because you seen that duality about the way how you're moving in your inspiration. You could see this masculine energy. They could be connected to their heart. They was in that low dense energy running from money, lust and greed. You can see these receipts and the messages about this responsibility. Communication, administrative. You can see these tasks that was taking place, what you was valuing when you're working and you're trying to go out there in the world. You're doing these things in the unknown, looking for assets, secrets. You can see those joint ventures. You see that end of the shift. Boundaries. You had to put these boundaries in place because these people had these habits, these secrets. They weren't loyal the way you was loyal, royal to that soil. You can see about their status, or because they tried to block you, stop you, have authority over you, your mind. You had to go into that solitude, refine, restore, renew, reflect. You knew those boundaries that you had to put in place. Now you see, release it, recharge. You connected bridges. You see those family members and friends in that community. Even those top corporations, when they were doing things for lust and greed. You've seen that shift. He, and, if, shit. They're that end shit. They're like shit because of that unexpected glitch. Now they can see that unexpected glitch, the lever breaking, receiving those emotions. You can see the foundations crumbling, those structures are not so firm. After all, that's when the truth to be told, that grace and mercy, because they can see those courses now, the cause and that effect. When people have these unexpected glitches, they're having this frustration. They thought they was going for that fruition. They thought they was growing with that 9. They didn't have understanding. They lacked wisdom. You can see when they didn't have that introspection. Now they're having that interpretation, the way they spoke and the words of the wisdom. They didn't see their self through. They didn't connect. They wasn't a truth speaker. That feminine, that emotion, Cancer energy, they're breaking, releasing. You can see truth to be told, the detached, flighty, detached from their own emotions, all because of these insecurities. You see they're getting redirected. It was protection from the Most High God, because the evening harvest, he even rests. Now that divine masculine, they're resting now because they're having stress in their mind, in their thoughts, because they can feel those emotions. It's that bedtime story. Here we go again. You see the moon, the illusions. It's a lunar eclipse. They cleansing. They can see they met their match. Picked and picked till they pick shit. Now he, time, Troy. Now this could be sorry. Now he, time, it's time for him to say sorry there, sorry now, because they see those illusions. It's a connection, you know, when you got that imagination and you're looking at that comfort, it's the discompression for that restoration. They could have got conned with these messages because they're lies. Now they're connecting, interconnected to that divine. You can see those partners, and they was around certain close enemies that was around marriages. They could be waiting for a receipt, the message about these responsibilities in regards to a child, an image, ignition, nation. You can see about what the public, what the government be putting out, words. You can see something may be reported about a fort, about court. They could be going court about this child, decompression. They could be going prison. You could be seeking information, compensation, or because it's that aura, Rita, rest, story. They could be feeling strained, restrained in their emotions. Take this all as it resonates, because they can see that unexpected glitch for the frustrations. Patience, pact, take this all as it resonates. You may be feeling that finding details, because you're cleansing. It's that flow of emotions, releasing, it's healing. 12, those karmic cycles. You could be seeking information, could be coming towards you, could be having that unexpected glitch. You can see people, that mirror, that shadow side effect. It's blocking, it's blowing. You can see this fire sign could be coming towards you to tell you they stepped off the long boss. They can't get back on. They can see they're cleansed. You've cleansed those emotions. They've stepped off the long bus. You can't get back on. You're not getting back on that long bus when you're around those karmic cycles and you're going back around and around and around and around. People clock blocking you, that feminine energy. Smoke a spliff and chill. Meditate, don't hate. So you just smoke that spliff, you chilled, you meditate, you found that inner standing, you connected that oneness, you got that healing. It was that arising. When you started releasing those emotions, you had that inner peace, and that was a part of your personal power. Bedtime, you went to sleep, you said 12's in a bucket, fuck it. Because you seen it was that end of that shift, because it was that celestial presence when you go round and round that cycle, 12. You can see that empowering. They have these illusions. Page of Waters, now they're in their emotions, now they're connecting, releasing, grounding that energy, connected to that heart, that spirit. You listen to the ancestors, what was divinely guided. It's sensitive. When you have to open your heart, those feelings, release those emotions, connect. It's masculine energy, they need nurturing. You could be that great nurturer, they could be looking at you and see you as caring, nurturing, a mother figure, aren't it? Take this all as it resonates. They can see that love and that passion. When you're seeing, you're looking at that foundation to that home, and they see you're securing your emotions. They blocked you because it's that end shift. Then you have to go back and release, recharge. 7 of Waters, and you can see you had those emotions. You can see what options you had. When you have to pick and pick, did you pick shit, or was you picking that healing, that nurturing, that providing, connecting? 444 to the ancestors, the spiritual guys. You can see, was you being creative, was you using your intuitions, that rooted, what was part, you're connecting the bridges, that most private part, that mother, nurturing. You can see that presence with the changes. Or was you running with that ego, the pride? Was you moving with love or compassion? Was it for money? Was you futile? Was you just growing, or were you critically thinking? Take this all as it resonates, because you've got that key, you've got that secret. It's those choices. It's over analyzing situations, thinking. You have to speak that truth. Gain inspiration and wisdom about these open enemies who was blocking you, stopping you, who enabled you to grow. Did they give you compassion? Are you looking back? Have you got that balance? Are you going for justice? Are you defending yourself? Are you indecisive about these choices? You have to critically think, because you could be moving, you could be going towards your victory. Just releasing those emotions. That's when you have to take control. Think wisely about these choices. That's when you can see that unexpected glitch. 8 of Waters. That's where you see releasing those emotions. Worry, that lack mindset, transforming, releasing, that breaking, relievers, seeing who was blocking you, stopping you. All those joint ventures and the mysteries to your stories when you have these partners, and what partner was blocking you, providing you with that choice. That's where you can see you've got these business opportunities. You could be moving forward with new business opportunities. Someone could be coming in emotional towards you. Take this all as it resonates. Oh, 8 of Waters, because of these illusions. Just be careful, because somebody could be transforming, releasing all these waters. I'm in my feelings, emotion and safety, because you don't be open where your heart be. Trying to make me. Oh, blood clot, all these waters. In my feelings, someone's deep in the feelings. Rain down on me, let that love just shower like raindrops rain on me. Someone's getting introspection there in that hermit. They're looking at their self now. It's that inner standing. Lord, I'm mercy, boy. They're seeing those experiences through lives. They can see that heartache, hurt and pain. God grant me serenity to accept things I can't change. Give me that courage and that wisdom for me to be able to know better, for me to be able to do better, because I need to listen to my intuitions. I'm in my feelings, so deep in my feelings. This could be some water sign. That's when you're about to encompass emotions. So yeah, you've gone through that journey and that heart is burning and you see the secrets. That's truth to be told. About family, friends and the social awareness of you. Who was programming your mind and making you feel the way you do. The truth to be told, you're analysing, speaking out that truth about these dry-faced foot-bottom family members and friends who call these illusions to block you, put you on that long bus so you can't get back on, because you have to see that shift. It's that end of that cycle when people be blocking you. Why? Because of these options, causing illusions in those options. And now the 2-2's the glitch, because the 4-4-4, the ancestors, the spiritual guide says unlock that bitch. You seen that? Unlock that bitch. 4-4-4, ancestors says unlock that bitch. Listen to what that bitch is doing. She be blocking you, trying to hold you down. Swear down, tear down for a child. No lie for that pound. Anything for a padlock, for a child, for a pound, for a money. They thought they was being creative, chatting shit. Family members and friends, spell work, blocking, top institutions. They was institutioning, to installing, blocking people's minds. You can see idealistic approaches that they was doing. Ice cold hearts, minds, thoughts, feelings, not grounded, not stable. You're not listening to that spirit, that oneness, your heart, having that awakening, that consciousness. You can identify that feminine was blocking that masculine. Sexual energies, chatting shit, lying, a family member, a friend. Bullshit. Go suck out your mother. Straight up. Straight up. Because you can see that 5 now. All of a sudden, who's having grief? Who's feeling left out in the cold? Why? Because they can see they wasn't grounded. They weren't caring. 6-5 of earth. They weren't grounding, caring. Practical. All the money. All the money gone. All of a sudden the money gone. All of a sudden now you listen to spirit. All of a sudden you start understanding about that feminine energy, holding on for money, lust and greed. 2, family, friends, chatting shit, programming minds. 5, so you're not listening. That oneness, it's that pivotal moment where you have to think, what a blood clot on order to be really and truly. You can see you have to connect to your higher mind, even when you're going to school, these institutions, program you from when you're a kid. You go in college, you go in school, they teaching you, drip feeding you that information. Even when you're going to university, they're blocking you, stopping you. You can see you got to pay that institution fee. You see that lack and worry. When people, assistance, they needed that divine assistance. They can see those institutionalized when they go around people who go to church, those fake family members and friends. And I always say, you one dry fucking name. That's because Mercury, third eye, they didn't have that crystal ball activated and open. They were spiritually, mentally and emotionally blocked. That's because they was chatting shit when they were around certain people, when you're out socialising, or because they didn't have that discernment. Speak the truth. When you're travelling and you're moving, they was in that lower aspects of their mind. Family and friends are even watching you. Have a fucking pen and a piece of paper. I keep telling you, asses. We know what you're doing, but this page here want to come and tell you, because we already know these family members and friends, they try to give them options. Now they're having these flashbacks. This shouldn't have been in there, but all of a sudden they're having a flashback. All in regards towards you, because you are that queen of earth. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, steadfast, organized, practical. You got these skills. Now they're listening back to their spirit, all because they was blocked. Now they're loving that death, ego death. All because they lack compassion. They ain't got no inner peace. They want your grace and mercy. Now listen to their heart, their emotions. They're transforming, listening, because they was blocked. All because about the choices that they had, that relationship, the partners. Now they're listening to spirit. All because of that ego. 13-13, death, unaliving. 1-3, lack balance. Now they're bridging those gaps about the choices of partners. Who was blocking? All because of pride. All because it didn't encompass those emotions, and you're still on that karmic cycle. And then you have to get into that hangman position. And then you get a new perspective of what you're sacrificing and those losses. And now they're having these losses. All the things that are self-unfolding, those thoughts, those feelings, those emotions, what stem from childhood. You could be seeking information in regards to this child. If it was holding on for a child, if that child was that masculine's. This is not just about you. You are one of many. Clear your name, give evidence, and move on. Keep your boundaries tight. So it's not just about you. You was one of many, because how many different people tried to be able to block you, stop you, from speaking that truth, or because they had self-doubt, or because they wanted to dominate, or because they was idolizing. When you're idolizing someone is when you're watching what someone has got, when they're doing what they're doing, when they're traveling. You're blocking, you're speaking lies. You're coming like that true occultist. They was like trying to dominate over you because you was that strong one. They lack power, they lack strength. They didn't understand when you had to go into that wilderness. That's when you have to encompass emotions. Hurt people. So you knew these hurt people wanted to be able to come. You was that one who was transforming, enabling people. You was that one who was deveiling in those divine feminines and masculines. They had worry, that lack mindset. Your energy was powerful. You wasn't able to be able to grow, transition, change. They didn't like that change. That's because you was great. You could see those rewards. It was coming towards you. You had those resources. It was sharing with other people to grow. That was a part of your secrets. They was trying to block you, hide their sexual transmissions. And when they was hiding and who they was having these relationships with, they could have been A for pay. Take it all as it resonates. Moving away, Six of Swords, calmer waters to your frequency. So you can see people now maybe want to move away, cleanse and flow to your frequency, because you are an earth sign, caring, nurturing, providing. You are like that true disciple. They was insecure, socially, mentally detached. All because of insecurities, they was running through Saturn, hell. That's masculine. That's because of their reputation. Now all of a sudden they can see your reputation. You're gracious, practical, capable. Patricia, that's me. You can see those tales, you listen to that spirit. You have to be cautious. You mastered that craft. You seen that mirror on the wall. Who was that fairest of them all? Me. To gain that understanding to the things that will move to the heart, that frequency, high frequency. Vibrate high or vibrate on. And you knew you was that sun. Because the sun, it was a journey across the skies. That's flying, that look for you. And Peggy, you're seeing that moon's face. You see that metaphors. A figure, even a speech, the moon, a lunar, tick, switch, like a bitch. You can see those emotions. Why? Because you hurt. It's heartache, hurt and pain. Nurture, go back, ground yourself, feminine, energy. Isis, Genesis, Ori. You got that stability. You see it's about your securities, your emotions. Who provided you these skills? It was bestowed upon you. You can see you're royal, you're loyal, it's in your DNA to communicate and use your intuitions. It's compassion for you, yourself, as well as others. Not literally applicable. It's regarded as a representative or even symbolic for birth and death. It's rebirth cycles, even after, incorporated into rituals, even practicals. It was aimed to align with natural order, ebb and flow, go, elements of the earth. You've seen the structures, speak the truth, finances, your business. What job are you in? What's your mindset like? Who are you as a person? What kind of life force have you got? You got passion? Are you creative? Are you in your ego? Do you like to take control over other people's minds? Do you like to be assertive? Do you want to be a leader? Or are you doing it by traditions? Are you looking back? Are you moving? Are you changing and adapting to seasons, people, places and things? I just want to talk to you and tell you how I feel, say what's on my mind, and I want to keep it real. So now they want to call, message you. So look out, they could be messaging you, telling you, keeping it real, tell you how they feel. When you think of me, I also think of you. I miss you. And you think of me. Let's go down to the lost and found. Because those filters, they're feeling that projection. It's cracks, it's deveiling, releasing, it's healing. Those emotions, you can see there was escaping, the systematic approaches, emotional, mental, financial factors that was blocking their mind. You can see it was blocked. Waters, they didn't encompass those emotions. Now they're trying to be creative, release, let go, because they can see eccentric, social awareness of you. Now they want to be able to get sensitive. That to get uncomfortable, to get comfortable. It's just like how you did. They went on a clearance rack, picked up shit, picked to the pick shit. That's when you realise it's that house and you think, Lord of mercy, why? Pray to the Most High, because it's that house of God, spiritual. You see, when you get that interconnected, that kundalini arises, gives you a lick and then your neck back, you start learning wisdom. You have to travel with emotions, travel with thoughts. You could be seeking information, moving and compassing, looking back to those stories, identifying. People have got a social awareness of you, your intelligence, those emotions, connecting, that truth, releasing. Filter. You're not comparing yourself to others. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their highlighted levels when they was unrealistic and they weren't speaking the truth. They was hiding behind the truth. You can see closed off from the emotions, thoughts and feelings. They weren't listening to that gut feeling. They was trying to hide those emotions. Connect. You can see they wasn't listening to spirit. Now all of a sudden they're mastering that craft. Now they're in tuning, getting in tune, getting in alignment for the assignment. You can see you passed all the tests. You stand, you spoke the truth. You got no motherfucking feel around here still. Lil, Phil, Till, Real, Trill. You seen that trill, the trailers, when people was blocking you. You not peering. You're not comparing yourself. You can see there's a ring. You've got that ring. You've seen that clarity. You're not cracking. You just releasing each emotions. You haven't got a blocked throat chakra. You're spiritually, mentally awoke. You're not fighting. They are fighting. The monster in their mind. You've seen you deveiled that mirror side. You can see they was mentally. They inherited sin. The emotional factors. You can see that Balaam Jezebel spirit. That Latvius. You can see controlling mentality, mindsets. It was like wicked rulers in higher places. They couldn't dominate over you. You seen that force. You took that action. You regenerated. They had these obsessions, like to not listen because they're vindictive, cling on to their emotions. 4, that's that masculine, feminine, home, heart, hurt, pain, not listening. You can see the things that was most found within inside of their self. They didn't want to transform, so they was like projection towards other people. Poison, stress within that mind, illusions, confusions. So you're blocked. About a child, son. You can see it, 8, information about a child. Fucking hell. Why you have some toxic bitches in it? Toxic bitches because they're numb. That's that toxicity. You ignore is does your choosing is to swallow daily. He toxic. He city. E2 city, nor he, so you choose, you sing, allow, Yale, Dale, Ali. They can see poison. They won't listen to that spirit, that high clarity about these projections. They was numb. You don't stop feeling. You built a dam. You built that brick road. You seen it was resistance. You protected. It was a boundary towards you. It was full. Still dark waters. And you can see it was pressure cracking the walls. Now that pressure's busting the pipes. They played. They got played. You can see they tried to play you. You was that earth sign. They was flight detached from their feelings. Saturn, it's returning those emotions. They was a karmic. Family members and friends, that's because it was in low, dense energies, that insecurities. They didn't have that willpower. They was trying to knock you off your pedestal. Fucking bitches. Fucking insecure because of your reputation in public. They try to knock you down. But you got back up. You fall down, but you get up. You see them and they was acting and creating stress like a prop. They was like puppets on a fucking string. They can't puppetize you. Lay, play. You're there. You can see you was here. Now all of a sudden they don't want to be a play no more because they have these insecurities. Now they're getting that awakening. They're ending that cycle. 10, they're looking back to their heart, their emotions, their understanding now. What they was securing. 10, 20, there's judgment about this home this morning because of your values. Clean up. Now they've got to let go of all those worldly gods, those assets. That third world Panama searching for that my soul, being money, many places. Kevin Gates said they've been many places. Now they're searching for the soul, the heart. Letting go. Worldly possessions, revelations. We're in Exodus 1:5 right now. Stop trying hard to let go. The universe do the work. So you just let go, leave it to the Most High, the divine, cleanse and flow. You can see that's that completion, releasing, it's healing. Love is the answer, worth waiting for. So you know you was worth waiting for. They could somebody say you was worth waiting for. Dazan, Tibetan, secret wisdom, because you have that secret wisdom. 10, inner standing, steadfast, connected to that oneness with the divine. You got to the ancestors, what was rooted inside of you. You've seen it was that gift bestowed upon the people, hardworking. You was like a disciple, disciplined, dark influences aimed at leading man away from his evolutionary path. They had those dark influences, karmic energies, family members and friends speaking lies, blocking mental and emotional illusions, confusions. They inherited sin. There was like a great parasite, an NPC, non-player component around them. Dark forces. You can see they was life-threatening. They could even have life-threatening illnesses now. Truth to be told about these families. Blocking their mind. You could see someone could be on the live in. Could be two people on the live in. And I'm clock fucking fast because it was unbalanced. Or because they chat shit. You see they have these two-faced people around them. Doubt extinguishes fire in man and opens the way for others. Evil. So that doubt, because of those options. That's why they had doubt, so it blocked their mind, so it established the way for evil. 8 of Waters, so they were idealistic, not releasing. They didn't heal. You can see it was ignorance, and it was because of fear. And they looked because it was teaching what they had and came in. Teachers to be able to come in and see. Now they can see that divine. You had that divine teaching you. You not being real, true, you. So they weren't being that real, true them. These divine feminines, because they had poison projected that filtered. They didn't filter that thought, their true feelings. Have courage, stand strong. So you had to stand strong. Because James 2:3, those family members and friends chatted shit. And now they've got a social awareness of you when you're communicating. Even when you're posting pictures, it's not what it's posted to be. They can see AI, geomental structures balancing. They didn't have that plurality. You can see it's that duality. 3-2, when they was acting. Who was acting? Who was being filtering out so they can filter out these divine feminines and masculines? 5, they're getting clarity, high awareness. Who was in the ego? Who was brave? Who had to protect? Because you see you had that wisdom. Who was institutionalizing the mind? For we all stumble in much. If anyone does not stumble in word. 3, when you're communicating, because why are you communicating? Are you listening? When you've got these hopes and wishes, and you can see when you're looking at the collective. How did you have that understanding about when you went to school and college and when the teachers drip feed you and you're in a community, when you're expressing, are people expressing that truth about you as a feminine energy, being creative, seeing you when you're out socializing? Have they got that understanding to be able to overstand? Or have they got compassion? Did they lack inner peace? Is it their confidence? Do they lack that confidence? Do they know their self-worth? Are they trusted their gut feeling and release each and every emotion? Are you communicating effectively and bridging these gaps? Make sure you're analysing and think about what you're stating. Because we have got family members all around us and friends that you grew up with and that are supposed to be on the same page but fucking turned and lost that page. Or because they lack compassion, they didn't have that understanding about ideas, ideology, sociology, technology. They're communicating, when you're communicating, how you're communicating, are you doing it effectively? Your mindset. I don't fucking feel the way you fucking feel, you fucking cunts. So yeah, sit there, roll up, will up in your own feelings. Because while you're expressing and expanding, if you ain't got no harmony and balance, that's because you ain't got no inner blood clot peace. Why? Because you're not making those rightful choices for yourself. Why? Because you're being two-faced. And that's bad mind, red eye, jealous. The way you do what you do, you do what you do. Have compassion, have understanding. Use it with a good way. And don't hate, appreciate. Even when you're traveling and moving, just because of what car you've got and how you're creating and how you're moving, do it in your way. He is a perfect man, able also to bribe the entire body, so you can then bribe the body. Speak love, speak life, because the way how you think, it's coming over me, pressing on me, asking what's my gift to share, what's my purpose to speak, enable people to have that gift to understand, get out of that lack mindset, look at that higher mind. What do you want? Your hopes and wishes. If you can't get it now, how are you going to do it? What changes you're going to do? Idea. There's a conclusion, there's a method. You're going to look back and find the answers by empowering questions through your soul of your heart. Now, you have to know what you want. It's showing you to be able to rise above. Thanks for that fear. It's allowing you to be able to be seen, connecting, to communicate sincerely through love, kindness, compassion. So those divine feminines, masculines, see you showing yourself kindly through love, compassion, having understanding, being creative, letting people balance, release. It's that pivotal moment where you have to let go. What was I gambling? What was I risking? My own self, my own thoughts, my feelings. Is it for money, lust and greed, or just so people can see me? What purpose am I doing? What is my purpose in this world? What was the secret? You've seen that QO. You had to connect. Move like a gypsy. Travel. Philosophical knowledge around the world. Speak. Geographical. It was wise words of wisdom. Providing knowledge towards you. Oh. It was that womb, that woman. You see when people are trying to quantum leap. Let's see what luck we got, because after the letters have come out, so we might as well just take them if we can. Cop. Well, we had loads, didn't we? Lamb, woman, lamb, glam, glow, coal, pole, polly, K, cap, cam, cow. You had that knowledge, another Y, J, V. It was your volume, D. You see now they're feeling doomed. It's that dome. You have that wisdom, those wise words. You got connected to the divine. You interconnected. APC. Po. Cam. Pam. You had that workload. You had that knowledge. You connected Yahweh, Yarusha. You seen cosmos. You had that power. It was like pop. People be popping you information, got social awareness of you. You just say pow,